Dude, you gonna use my armor link?
Dude, I told you, I'm not doing steel armor. It ain't happening.
Why?
Why? Because I like having a throat.
Why would you just stand in front of bullets? Just move them out of your way.
Well, we all can't be Jedi, you know? Besides, don't you read those memes I send you?
Dude, don't tell me you take memes as actual advice.
No.
You should totally do this test.
You trying to do a Jedi mind trick on me?
No.
Okay, fine. Look, I'll do it. I'll get some armor, we'll test it out, and we'll see who's right. Now, if you're seriously shopping for armor, there's all kinds of options. And you've come to the conclusion that steel is the cheapest. But is it safe? Now, there's no denying. Steel stops a wide range of rounds. But it don't just stop the round. If you're not familiar with AR-500 steel targets, more than likely you're not familiar with spalling. Now, spalling is what happens when a projectile going really, really fast hits something really, really hard, and its energy can't punch through. It can't transfer itself completely into the steel. So some of that energy goes right back into the bullet. In turn, the bullet kind of, well, it explodes. Let's be frank about it. Kind of turns into a little grenade. Now, the shrapnel or the spalling runs directly parallel with the bullet strike, and it goes in a full circle. So if I was to put a box around this, you would get kind of what you see along this plate rack, this trench of just cut out chunks of lead and copper. Now let's look at what these look like. That's one. Here's some lead. I'll bet it right there. Oh yeah, look at that. Now those chunks are traveling at pretty decent speeds. While it has lost some energy, it hasn't lost all the energy. So what about our steel? Now Predator has come up with a solution. Now you see a coating on most armors, and it kind of looks like truck bed liner. It doesn't really mitigate any spalling. I mean, if you've seen any bare plate test like this, you'll see that. It's mainly aesthetic. Now this works kind of like a spall guard, except for it's built into the plate. It's completely wrapped in Kevlar. And it seems like there's a bit of a standoff between the Kevlar and the plate itself. So there's a pocket for it to actually catch that spalling. And that's what we're testing today. We're going to see if Predator Armor has figured it out. Now we're going to be running this test against another piece of 650 steel. This isn't AR-500 like the plate rack. This is AR-650. Hard steel is hard steel. Now we're going to do some scientific light testing to see if your inside blood will stay your inside blood. Because like I said earlier, when the bullet strikes and all that spalling goes parallel, well, guess what's there? Your throat, your chin, and all those bits that you need to stay intact in order to stay alive. Now you have your esophagus, and then directly right here you have your carotid artery, and then you have your jugular, and then you have your external jugular. So there's a lot of important stuff all right here, directly in line of that spalling. Now, will this save your life? Let's find out. So for this test, we're going to be throwing the Devil Dog arms, and it's whole 3.5 inches. Now the reason we're using a 45 instead of a rifle is we're not doing a penetration test. We are simply trying to throw a whole lot of metal on metal and trying to get a whole lot of chunks. So this is Fred. Now Fred has the Kevlar covered plate in his front part. Now here, where all the vitals are, is a good chunk of muscle material and a good layer of fatty material. Now some of you fellas have a little bit more than others. That's not the point. Now behind that is the vitals. Now if there's any fragmentation off of the shots, it's going to hit the vitals. So let's see if Fred's going to survive. And let's see if this Kevlar wrap does its job. But first, we're going to shoot a controlled plate. And for that, we need to go to Psycho Bunny. We have the Hornady Mando jabs loaded up. I think they're 185 grain, traveling at about 1,000 feet per second. Ooh. Shot number 2. Uh-oh. We have a vital strike. Yeah. Look. Sharp penetration right here. Sharp penetration. There's a piece right there. All embedded in. It went in right here and right here. And he's bleeding out. All right. Now, I don't know if that big chunk right here is from the first go around, because it was kind of angled out, and this is further out. The second time I had the plate flat, so it went straight up into the neck. And this one's a little bit further up, so I'm thinking it's from the first shot. Okay, we see what it did to our test. Let's see what it does to Fred. Now, just like with the control, we're gonna take 2 rounds from our Devil Dog arms. And like I said, these are moving at 1,000 feet per second. So if it's gonna shred, it's gonna shred. Let's find out. Now before I shoot this has 2 extra layers of protection compared to that bare steel that we did with Psycho Bunny. This has the Kevlar and the ballistic nylon. Let's see if it keeps him safe. 2 shots on target. Put this one in a different spot. All right, 2 shots. Let's go see what happened. Well, it's pretty clear to see. There is no spalling coming through anywhere. I don't feel any chunks. No. Fred's fine. Interesting. So that was 2 shots. Have 1 in the chamber and have 3 left in this. Let's go ahead and put the rest on him. All right, he's out. Look, I see the bullet right there. Okay. Let's pull this thing out. Wow. Now that's a 45. But look at that. Every bullet has been stopped dead in its tracks. I don't see any spalling. Where'd he come from? Hey, buddy. Look at that. 1, 2. Those are right on top of each other too. These are. Wow. I'm impressed. But I can't be done, right? Guess what we have? A Banshee. Chambered in the only millimeter, 10 millimeter. So we put all those rounds on him. He's still intact. We ran the Devil Dog dry on both trials. So it's time for the 10 millimeter. Now, with the Banshee, I only brought a few rounds because I wasn't expecting to use it. I was expecting those 45 rounds just to tear this thing up. So, I'm gonna put 2 on. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna go straight for the throat. I'm really impressed. Now to prove to you that there's stuff in here, we're gonna shoot right here. It completely tore into it. But none of it is from the spalling. Look at that. We took that plate off and Fred's head fell forward. Now we cut this completely off. That's his original head. You can see that right here. Wow. But that's the 10 millimeter straight through, people. That has nothing to do with the body armor test we just did. It speaks for itself. Here's the 45s. Now those 10 millimeters were right on top of those 45s, and they're still there. I would love to see what a rifle would do to this, but I would want a fresh plate for that, because it's moving a lot faster, and I don't want these chunks to get in the way. Because if I hit here with a rifle round and it splatters, well, it's not going to get all the splatter because we got metal chunks in the way. So yeah, I'm going to see if Predator will send me another one of these plates, and we'll test it too. But you've seen it here, folks. Let me know what you think down below. Would you try these plates? Because you see the ads, and you can get 2 of them when they're on sale for 99 bucks. And like I said, not sponsored. Speaks for itself. I got nothing else to say. Let me know down below. I'll catch you in the next one. Keep your powder dry, because we're in this together, America.
Full beard manly.